Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Truder, and welcome back to Starfield. Well, last time, we wrapped up our business with Ryujin Industries, and that does make me think, yes, we might be rapidly heading towards the end here. After all, we've now wrapped up every single faction mission, and one of our current main missions is literally called a Final Glimpses, so yes, I strongly suspect we're getting towards the end here, but right, let's not worry about, chasing down yet some more artifacts just for the moment, given what sounds far more interesting is, yes, the Starborn did say, hey, go to the moon. You might just locate something interesting there that tells you something about these artifacts we've been chasing down the entire bloody game. So yes indeed, the moon. That looks like the moon out there. I think we're in the right place though. Okay, before we go, do not forget, 1, pick up your bloody weapons. There we go, much better. And 2, yes, maybe try and track down bloody Barrett, because we need to have him travelling with us so we can eventually do his loyalty mission, the only one we've not done yet. Here we go, come along Barrett, in fact you know what, you sir are a very good companion for this mission, because me and you, we're the only ones who have touched the artifacts, so it does feel appropriate he comes with me to investigate the mystery behind them. So okay, here we go, this is the base we were pointed towards, and best as I can tell, right. We were told it was abandoned, but then again, yeah, in this game, abandoned very often means, hey, pirates. And me and pirates aren't chill anymore. Now me and pirates are going to start shooting at each other, so, right. Best as I can tell, all quiet for the minute. Crack open the door with the lovely key we have got, and let's get inside Barrett and see what secrets are waiting for us. Okay, nothing jumping out at me so far, just, a base, like we've seen many, many times before, though, yeah. Nova Galactic I don't think, exists anymore. It's a company that hasn't actually been in business for quite some time. So, alright, mosey on down to the terminal. Let's see what we've got here. Voltaire. I want to remind the research team Voltaire is a highly proprietary supercomputer that's currently being contracted exclusively for the use of Project Prism. So, right. There might be some sort of a mega supercomputer in this base, and, okay, it's a sci-fi game. Sometimes when, we say mega advanced supercomputer, what we really mean is AI that's about to, achieve sentience and whatnot. Still. I'm guessing Project Prism might be connected to, the artefacts, and... right, maybe not, because apparently a launch. Like it's a spaceship of some description. Right, play the recording on the roof. Apparently, yes, whatever recording was made about when that announcement was made, it's still floating around now.
Nova Galactic Project Log, Principal Engineer Lang Shu. I admit, this is not the most disciplined team I've ever run. Malcolm keeps stealing computational time on Voltaire and thinks I don't know this. And Sabina's been distracted lately, but won't tell anyone why. I really should demand answers from both of them. But honestly, I'm too preoccupied with this contract. We all are. Despite anything going on in our personal lives, there's something special about what we're building here.
Okay. There's also, yes, something else going on here. At least a handful of logs that might give us a hint as to what Project Prism actually is.
Okay, confession time. Being single on a moon base is the worst. I only get an hour to use the communication link to Earth every couple of days. And let me tell you, there's long distance dating, and then there's long distance dating, Oh, hey there, I'm a scientist, steadily employed, willing to take you out for coffee in 6 months when I'm back from space. It's not a great opening line.
You seriously can't get a date? You're an astronaut.
Hey, no one asked you.
Okay, but I tell you what though, that would suggest that yes, astronauts were a bit on the rare side, special, back when that note was recorded, suggesting, right, Project Prism is very early on in Earth space exploration. In fact, I'm starting to be suspicious, yes, could it possibly be the launch of the first big colony ship heading towards Jemison? Okay, none of the other logs give us any definitive answers as far as I can tell, so right, up to the roof for the proper business, which is, well, whatever precisely was being broadcast from the space to wherever they were broadcasting, I suppose.
Any changes to the calculation sequence from Voltaire?
No changes since we uploaded the last figures yesterday. It's a clean shot from here to Jupiter.
One day the computer will be on board the spaceship. Just imagine that.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral, are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited enough to tell me where you got the original data?
Not in a million years, Nova.
Right, by the sounds of it, we now need to, go and check in with NASA, presumably back on Earth. And blimey, Earth is still not looking, great. Basically, the entire planet appears to be nothing but a very flat desert these days. But, yeah. Somehow or another, not only is NASA's launch tower still standing, there appears to be a ship here, so... okay, let's go have a poke around inside a really cocking old spaceship. Okay, I'll admit though, now we're up close. Not 100% convinced we're going to be able to, launch this thing. Like, it's pretty embedded in the sand. Still, bare minimum, we've officially reached the launch tower, and I see, well, what looks very much like a door to me. So, alright, that'll do as a starting point. And, yes, Barrett, I am aware that doors might lead somewhere. Bloody hell. Right, step 1. Power cell. Right, we need to potentially, power the place. Gotcha. Right, potentially we may need to, do this the hard way, just while we're climbing up the first time, at least till we can get the power back on. So, okay, just need a good little launching off point from a jetpack to do its work. So, okay, jetpack, you let me down there, but I feel like, we can definitely just clamber onto this thing here if we do our jobs right. Here we go, just around the corner, we've got some pipes we can jump up on here. Platform to a platform, here we cocky go. Right, Barrett, just follow me, I found a way up, marvellous, and he does just like teleporting to me, very bloody convenient, so, right, just to clamber up using the jetpack, that's more badass than, using the elevator anyway. And yeah, there's just boxes everywhere here. Now we're actually inside the structure, where we can, jump up between the floors. This should actually be pretty bloody simple. Here we go, from the top of here, if I can grip onto this edge, lovely. Just look for, holes in the roof and whatnot. And apparently, we've made it somewhere good. So, Barrett, are you feeling okay? Barrett sometimes does that, don't worry about it, it's fine. So, right. That there is the elevator, but presumably, yeah, still not powered. So we never actually found, the power cell. But, I mean, this looks sort of powery. There's the NASA access code. Hang about. Tell myself to, nothing particularly interesting there. Hang about. And, not terrible, not brilliant. I'll leave that be. No need to worry about that. Right. Yet more cocking. Oh! Never cocking mind. Right. Power cell number 1. And presumably, if we just nip downstairs at this point, excuse me for a second, Barrett, I'll be right back with ya. Power cell number 2, just where we saw it a second ago. So now, right, now we can... Okay, the lift may be a bit less functional than I was expecting. Also, it turns out the lift I just jumped down from was actually already powered because, John, there were literally, like, wires leading to it from... Right, well, we did that in the wrong order. Still, bare minimum. Find information about NASA. Okay. Have a mosey about. Let's figure out what's going on here, precisely. Because, yeah, why precisely, at the center of, you know, the space program, is there a ship sitting on planet Earth that clearly no one used for anything? Like, why would you leave a ship behind when you are literally evacuating the cocking planets? And it may take us a bit of time to piece it together because, right, archives damaged, etc., etc. We may not get the full picture here.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. The recent delivery from Mars is unsettling. I was expecting rock samples or maybe fossils of microbial life. Instead, Dr. Victor Isa comes with 2 members of the military. Everything they brought back is under wraps. What could a theoretical physicist need with a sample from Mars?
I'm starting to wonder if, yes, we're doing a Mass Effect here. Just like, you know, the very first Mass Effect relay information in the Mass Effect universe was found on Mars. Is it possible, yes, Mars is where they found, you know, one of the artifacts, and the artifacts was all wibbly and physicsy, and that's what gave humanity the secret of how to do grav jumps.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I've been trying to cozy up to Dr. Victor, to see what is going on. His team has completely commandeered one of the labs with those 2 military handrails, checking who comes in and out. I joked that maybe he found a little grey man who was doing an autopsy, and he grew very pale. 2 days later, he sends me a request asking for more information on my background in materials science, metallurgical engineering. Oh, we have a meeting tomorrow. I think I'm being invited into the lab.
Right, I think I might be spot on here.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I have never been so nervous since I defended my dissertation. 4 hours talking to Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about. Then, I got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just got thrown out the window.
Right, in that case, keep on keeping on. We've got to figure out whether, yes, aforementioned artifact is still in here somewhere. Oh, a hangabout, right. So that ship outside maybe wasn't like, you know, a left behind. Maybe it never worked in the first place, or it was like really old or something, because I think it was just here as part of the tourism. This was, you know, a big tourist destination. There's a big museum here, etc., etc. And here we go. Project Prism. And let's see if I was right here. NASA partnered with Nova Galactic, created the Voltaire supercomputer on an ambitious aerospace project to pull gravity itself. The result is the first spacecraft capable of faster-than-light travel. So, right, going to Jupiter, just like we heard a second ago. We were spot on. And okay, just beyond the museum, we've got a recording.
I just don't understand where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects, no motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you've had me building these prototype colliders for months. And now you want me to pump helium-3 into it based on this equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying, okay? We're going to discover something important here. I promise.
So it sounds like, yes, playing with the artifacts was not necessarily going that well. In fact, yeah, the scientist we heard from a moment ago, she was starting to get rather, yeah, frustrated and maybe even angry about it. And also, Snow globes. Everybody loves snow globes. Oh, hang on. Oh dear. Right, we might have some slight, yes, robot problems. Just turrets, nothing too bad. Problem is, turrets are hard to, you know, spot. Thanks to... Oh! Okay, when I say nothing too bad, what I mean is, level 68 giant robots. Right, Barrett, back off. I'm going to nuke it. Okay, there we cocky go. Oh dear, I may have just, detonated some, gas canisters. Are we okay, Barrett? And... Lovely. You are done, and I'm not seeing a movement on the others, suggesting hopefully the rest of them are just turrets, which are much easier to deal with. I feel like we're getting close to the artifact now, because I can't help but notice that, yes, the moment we step through certain doors, gravity just isn't a thing anymore, and that doesn't really make sense unless something's messing with the gravity, and we know that's what artifacts do, so, right. We'll follow the lack of gravity in just a second here. I'm guessing a what's-her-face might have more to say first.
Project log. Dr. Victor Isa. We turned on the prototype today. The gravitational field around it began to fold as we long suspected. Complete reversal of gravitational pull was observed on dozens of loose objects around the lab. I'm setting up a meeting with the directors to propose a larger test. The prototype proves we don't need the original anymore, but further work is going to have to take place in space, somewhere with abundant helium-3 and with a civilian partner, someone with access to large-scale manufacturing resources and computational equipment. Engineering gravitational folds pulling the far side of the solar system closer to us, it's all going to be possible.
So at some point, yes, they replicated what the artifact does.
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing hundreds of drives, expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years, decades, before we know what all the side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
Right. Why do I suddenly feel like, yes, I might know where this is going? Because that note was dated 21 of 41. But yes, back in, the museum, in 2150, scientists predicted the destruction of Earth. The atmosphere just sort of, went away. Right, in which case, over into the, yes, zero-G environment. Let's see what we can figure out here. Okay, I see my target, one computer, but right now I am... That's probably Barrett, don't panic, he does just like, you know, juddering into walls and whatnot. Right, we've got to find our way, yeah, to this lovely system over here. So, down to the bottom, hit the switch, marvellous, crack open security. Right, now I'm in the right facility, I think. But yeah, we must be nearby to the McGibble because gravity's being all wobbly. Okay. It is interesting, just, yeah, round the corner. A scientist, but like looking very dead. Possibly murdered, but bare minimum. Okay, right, so we can start cracking open doors that I can't otherwise get open, which is bloody good, but... Maybe it was just a gravity accident, it's hard to bloody say. There we go. Start cracking open doors, and if I'm right, we should be... There we go. Pretty much where we want to be. So, right. This is like the control room. Also, Barrett was 100% already in here, wasn't he? And, oh dear. Right, there's Victor. This, to me, feels less like, you know, a gravity accident, and more like they discovered something, and yes, decided it needed to be covered up. And release artifact needs the right key. Right. The artifact's probably inside that room outside.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
Guess this is as good a retirement as any. Now, Project Demeter, you want our help manufacturing scanners to better track these new meteorological patterns we're seeing.
Our guess is that the poles might be naturally shifting, causing some gravitational fluctuations that are throwing off our old models.
Why do you need the scanning tolerances to be so small? What are you trying to find?
I just want to be sure. It's not like we're doing much these days anyway. The glory days are over. Why not give ourselves a challenge before they write us off in the history books?
Right, I'm guessing that Judith, successfully got Victor on side and convinced him to look into anomalies. They wanted to hide what they were doing because they were worried about, well, possibly being shot in the back of the head, which Victor possibly ultimately was. But, I'm guessing by the sounds of it, by this point at 2149, only a year before the sputtering was discovered, Victor had come round to Judith's point of view and realised maybe they'd made a mistake.
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet, but more than enough time for a human exodus.
And what do we tell people?
We say it's an act of God, one that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me. All this time. I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could have hit Earth. A plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now.
I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor. We are never speaking again after this is over.
Okay, why do I get the feeling that yes, Victor was the first person to touch the artifact? He had one of the Wibbly visions and, for him, he interpreted it as, like, proof that humanity needed to get out into the stars because something infinite void something. So, right, that's what I'm pretty sure happened. Victor had the vision and, as a result of that, he possibly intentionally destroyed the Earth. Like, because he knew it was the only way to pretty much force humanity to leave Earth and, embrace being in space. So, right, that's significantly beyond what I was expecting. Gotcha!
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
Right. He made a space-born version of himself and, yeah, basically gave himself the equations to doom Earth but create the future, possibly allowing him in the future to become the spaceborn to... Right, possibly he paradoxed himself, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think we got the key there, so... right, crack the... There we go, gravity's back, lovely. Right, back downstairs in this direction. That gets me back into this room. Now, yes, we've actually got, you know, gravity. So it might be a bit more difficult to, escape, given I am down in the lowest of basements. And, there we go. Artifact Psi, lovely.
Constellation, we've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
Oh dear. We might have a problem, actually, which is... Right, figure out where they are. Excuse me. No. 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 More no. You're really not that invisible right now, thanks to my abilities. Uh-oh. Okay, John. Maybe a little bit of healing. Right. My weapons are, for once, not quite doing the job, so, John... Go over to the shotty. The shotty always gets the job done. Also, that's Barrett's. That's just 2 Barrett's. That's fine. And no. Right. Shotty gets the cocky job done. Barrett, let me know if you see anything, alright? And yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a hangabout. Yeah, lift here. That's not gonna work anymore because I can't fly, but... Give me a second. I know I saw a hangabout. Here we go. On the floor above, a giant pile of pipes. So, pretty sure I just heard a Starborn warping in. I see you over there, buddy. I can see you. Right. Just make sure he's alone. He is not alone. Right. Explosive shotgun. Let's go. Okay, Barrett, don't give the game away. And boom! Boom! Lovely. That's you nice and dead, but only 1 quantum essence, suggesting... Okay, where'd the other one go? Okay, I'm not seeing any more blue up ahead, so I think we might have got them all. Beautiful. And here we go, back to the launch tower. So, right. That'll be either their ship or the ship of, yeah, the other Starborn I just murdered, so... Right, there's a fair few of them dotted about. Got it. So, okay. Let's go chat to the emissary and see what's going on, because deeply concerned at some point they're going to be like, hey, John, you need to pick a side, which is going to be a problem because, I'm going to be honest, I'm not, like, entirely clear on what either of them believes. Like, one of them is up for gathering artifacts by doing murder, which I do... And the other one is presumably also gathering artifacts, but like, so other people can't use them, but like, the hunter also gathers artifacts and thereby other people can't use them, so, okay, I'm a bit vague on, like, you know, what you two guys believe in and why, but, right, let's just mosey on down, see if we can figure it out.
Do you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel, at the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
Okay, but you could just, like, have both, given if we hadn't done the reckless grav drive experiments, then we could go out into the universe, but, like, keep Earth anyway.
If Earth was a small price, I have to question your ability to assess value of any kind.
Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War, disease, famine, all the classics.
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself.
I mean, okay. The emissary is right on this occasion. The artifacts did kind of, cause one guy to blow up an entire cocky planet, and I'm increasingly suspicious that, yes, somehow the original vision that created House Varun might be somehow tied to an artifact too. So, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say you're both wrong. Okay, it's not up to the Starborn to make decisions for anybody else. Not like, in the emissary's way or the hunter's way. Alright, it's gonna be up to me now.
Don't be a fool. The emissary and I may have our differences, but you do not want to give us a common enemy.
For once, he's right. Don't do this. We can collect the final pieces together.
Okay. Right. That's a bit on the tricky side, actually. Not really 100% sure I want to back either of you. I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but basically, screw both of you, we're gonna make our own way, and we're not going to be, in any way directed or controlled by weird, wibbly alternative universe space people who will not give me a cocky straight answer about anything. Screw the pair of you.
Good choice. Of course, you realize they'll team up against us, but at least we're in charge of the path before us.
Well, look at that. The emissary just became my new best friend.
You've made your choice. When you're ready, the hunter and I will be at the buried temple. That's where we'll settle things.
Meaning, we'll kill you. But hey, at least we'll wait. The final round doesn't start until there's only one artifact left to gather. And if I'm not mistaken, Constellation has one or two to go.
Alright, there they go. Experience, etc., etc., and... oh, right, that'll be the hunter ship and the emissary's ship. Gotcha, and... Barrett, we just learned something like, universe-defining about the death of Earth. By any chance you about to, talk to me about your dead husband's legal case?
My contact sent a gift.
Here we cocky go, straight back to your dead husband, so... yes, indeed, any chance they found something, real. And also admissible in the court of law, because it kind of feels like this evidence was gathered illegally.
So they found an insurance settlement. Irvin's employers got paid as compensation for sabotage.
Okay, so... seems pretty standard. An employee screws something up, but they had insurance to cover the costs.
For accidents, sure. But the grounds for this was sabotage. And that has to be proven in court. It's a whole nother ball of wax. And this ball was huge. We're talking enough credits to fill a small moon. So there's definitely a motive. Oh, also the cyber runner had to move on to other work, but sent me a passcode to some computer system. I'm not sure what it goes to yet. We can just hold on to it until we figure it out. But anyway, we have enough to move forward. The missing piece here is proving that Irvin was framed. So I discovered that Irvin's original lawyer still practices law. And she'll look over everything we found.
Okay, I'm guessing, yes, it's finally time to jump into your mission proper. There we go, brand new mission of breach of contract, and because you're not dismissible, that means that's your mission proper. So, there we go. The very final companion mission is now on the board too. Brilliant. And okay, now I've possibly made a decision to, yes, take the path of most resistance. How about we, yes, just mosey up our combat stats a bit? Here we go. Critical hit chance. I'm seeing crits a lot, so let's get cocking more. Crits seem good. So, right. Marksmanship, going in the right direction. But okay, Barrett, we'll get back to you. Today, we're talking about artifacts. So, right. We do actually have one literally just round the corner by the Luxiovets. Here we go. A moon around Delta Pavonis. Lovely. Oh, but here's interesting. Right. This isn't where, you know, you normally find artifacts, not just in a mine or whatever. Okay, these final two might be something special.
How you doing, sir, Keith? Well, okay. But I'd be a lot better if...
Oh, and flip me! Much more excitingly than bloody artifacts, it's Genghis Khan! Also, Cora, shut up, it's Genghis Khan, alright? This is way more interesting.
Space is vast, glorious. I finally feel alive! Ah! I think of you often. My crew and I have a toast in your honor after every victory.
I'm so glad we ran into you again. Have fun out there, Genghis, and try not to, like, you know, kill anyone who doesn't deserve it. Anyway, down to the planet. Yes, robotics lab. I think I've been into one of these before, so, okay. Might just be, you know, a perfectly normal lab, but just with an artifact at the end. I don't know. And would you believe it? Yes, abandoned, deserted, etc., turns out to mean, yes, pirates. So, right, just explode everybody, in, out, murder, so on and so forth. Okay, I'll give you, though. The facility itself is being, you know, kept in a pretty bloody good order, and, I was about to say no one around, but... Robot facility, John. There's probably bloody robots around, and when the robots do show up, hang about, just wait and bang! Lovely, that'll be you dead, and... did you just say 5 XP? Right, I'm guessing these raiders aren't particularly, you know, tough or whatnot. Got it. Oh yeah, we're already up to, you know, good progress towards the next lovely critical upgradey McGibble. We've also got ourselves, hang about, this is a bit of a dangerous location. There's level 50 as well. Blimey, we are making fast progress here. Right, I definitely saw, yes, a level 50 legendary over there. But then again, John, you're level 52. That's not, you know, that scary anymore. It's fine. Still, I'm guessing the real trouble is, yes, downstairs and electrical. Because, hang about, just a giant pile of corpses. Lovely. And going, ooh. And there we flippy go. Right, there's the artifact. No trouble at all. In fact, weirdly, not like one robot in the robot facility. Like, maybe there was one right at the start, but seriously, there were less robots than I was expecting. Also, no, you die now. Thank you. We're already halfway to the next level of that. So, right, that's pretty good. Just crack up my McGibble. Okay, nice and easy as a starting point. Lovely. One quick wibble and okay. The vision is definitely getting slowly clearer. Right. Nice and easy as a starting point though. John, don't forget, the entire reason you do this is nothing to do with, you know, the universe or its majesty or whatever. You do it to get superpowers. And as for that level up, okay. Reduce damage by 25% from explosions, and on top of that, yeah, rank 4, we can get that up to 50%. Together with even more damage off of my ridiculous explosive shotgun. Okay, back to the larger power from beyond. Marvellous. There we go. Procyon 6C, and I've definitely already been to Procyon, so, right. Had I, like, you know, chosen to go back there a second time, I could have stumbled across this anyway, but I don't really want to, you know, be going through the entire galaxy a second time. I'll just wait for Vladimir to tell me where they are, it's fine. It is just downright weird. The game always does the, hey, go towards the scanner anomaly minigame when, you know, you always land within sight of the temple. Like, it's right there. I could see it from the ship game. Okay, do the thing. Step into the protagonist wheel. Get a superpower. Kill a chappie outside. Let's see what we get. And on this occasion, a hangabout. Void form. Also, oh my goodness, you're level 30. Well, that's just embarrassing for you. Dear flippin' dear. Right, take you up. Oh, blimey, hang on, John. John. He's a little bit. Okay, he was level 30, but he was also legendary. Okay, this time, maybe like, you know, just nuke him from space, like you ordinarily do, because that definitely works better. Lovely. Cocking hilariously, void form would basically make me invisible, which would have been really cocking useful, like, you know, last week, when we were doing the ultimate sneaky mission, but whatever. Come on, Vladimir, we can do better than that. And today we're going back to, right, Tau Ceti, another system we went to right at the start of our journey. Lovely. In fact, this is the very moon where we found the forgotten mech graveyard, so I've literally been to this planet before. Oh, well, that's just lovely. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, I don't remember it looking this nice. Like, I think possibly, yes, last time I was here it was more of a, desert biome. But yeah, on, like, you know, the nicer side of the planet, this is actually pretty bloody lovely. Okay, Wheel of Protagonist, what have you got for me today? And the answer is, hang about, we got ourselves, yeah, I see you there, it's fine, everything's under control, just nuke him. Lovely, and... Right, what did we just get? Sorry, I was distracted by that guy. Elements, the true treasure of planets and moons, are drawn to your being. Literally, it's a hoover. Well, today you're just messing with me, aren't you, game? Tragically, yes, Vladimir's got nothing else for me. Dear flippin' dear. So it looks to me like, yes, we are now down to the very last artifact, and if it's anything like, yes, the one in the robotics lab, it will not even be that difficult to grab, so, okay. I'm going to say instead, just in case you know, we're barreling towards the end fast, and even I thought we should probably take a moment to wrap up Barrett's business. So, yes indeed, next time, we're taking Barrett to a law firm, and I strongly suspect, you know, the lawyer's going to get me to go somewhere, shoot some things, etc, etc. I would love it if the entire mission was nothing but, you know, sitting in a law firm discussing evidence, but I strongly suspect that's not going to be the case. So, hopefully, you join me next time for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Starfield. Thank you very much, and goodbye. We have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.